What? Bang!
Wrestling podcast. Just when they think they got the answers, I change the question.
Rep through rep.
Yeah.
Woo!
Who are you to doubt El Dandy? Because this guy's a serious professional.
Can he do it?
Too hot to handle and too cold to hold. And I am the Macho King Savage.
Shut your mouth, you thong-wearing fatty. I said WWE stands for...
It's me, Austin. I will never retire.
Promotional consideration paid for by the following.
Hey, yo, Pro Wrestling Podcast listeners, welcome to the show where we don't sing it, we bring it. Help us out and click subscribe to show your support on YouTube. Enable the bell. Let us let you know every time we have a new show go up. People, are you sick and tired of dropping $60 to $100 for the latest and greatest wrestling video game? Stop immediately. Go to Wrestler Unstoppable, available exclusively through Facebook. Create a wrestler, sign contracts, get into storylines, headline PLEs, even build your own corporation from the ground up, all included in Wrestler Unstoppable, available now to all Facebook users, totally free. If you want to become a member of the Pro Wrestling Podcast family, you want your name in the shout-outs like my good buddy John down in Texas. John, always love giving you that shout-out. Then you got to pop over to our Patreon page, patreon.com/Pro Wrestling Podcast. Sign up today. If you are a $15 a month contributor, we will let you co-host a live show with myself. If you are a $7.50 a month contributor, I will put you into a drawing to do just the same. Hello, everybody. Welcome to this episode of the Pro Wrestling Podcast. We got a lot to get to. If you've got questions, comments, concerns, something you want me to get to in a future episode that I don't get to tonight, that's awesome. Love to hear the engagement. Pop over to the Pro Wrestling Sound Off line, 267-642-1160. Tell us what you want to talk about, and we will get to that in a future episode. A lot to get to tonight, some serious, some not so much. Got to start with, over the weekend, all the melee and the craziness, whether it's the Worlds Collide pay-per-view, the appearance of Mr. Iguana that got everybody going. WWE higher-ups are apparently loving the reaction to Mr. Iguana. I'm sure he's going to have a space on the roster for a long, long time if he's going to be getting the reactions he's been getting. Even the one he got, the big pop he got on Raw when he popped up. Can you imagine the marketing of this guy? This is going to be one of those things where they end up going and making, iguana dolls and plastic face things to wear and all that kind of fun stuff. He is a marketing ploy waiting to happen. WWE does it better than anybody. So, hey, look, good for him. He's taking advantage of this AAA acquisition. I love to see that the fans are happy with the character. Now, in terms of where he fits into the roster, I mean, I hate to use the comparison. For me, it's an R-Truth level character. And I don't mean Ron Killings. I mean R-Truth. I mean, kind of a comedic thing. Can go if they have to, but not somebody you want to see every single week. That's more of a special attraction thing. But happy for him. Worlds Collide was a killer pay-per-view. Chad Gable and Vikingo, I mean, gosh, they put on a clinic. That is one of the greatest matches I've seen all year. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. A lot of people didn't even know where to watch it. It was on YouTube. Definitely something you want to keep your eyes on. And what a great, great show. All the talent really put it all out there, and they made AAA look amazing. WWE's production and distribution really helps. So again, this AAA acquisition is something that's evolving over time. We have to wait and see how things play out. But so far, pretty happy with everything I've seen, at least with what I've seen. On the heels of that, TripleMania is coming up. And, El Hijo de Vikingo has to defend that AAA Mega Championship. Now, coming out of Worlds Collide, they kind of rushed the angle with Alberto El Patron to get the belt off of him, to get it onto Vikingo so he could battle Chad Gable, put on that clinic. But at the end of the day, we have to have a challenger at TripleMania. So, TripleMania Regia, or I don't even know how you say that, but it's TripleMania. Vikingo will put the AAA Mega Championship on the line against Alberto El Patron again. A lot of people thought they rushed to get the belt off Patron because they weren't going to use Patron, and that was a way to put the belt on people they wanted to put it on, but apparently he has absolutely signed a WWE contract, and he is now the challenger for that belt, and there are a lot of people thinking this is going to be an opportunity for Patron to regain the championship. He attacked Vikingo on a news program where they were announcing the match, so we'll have to wait and see how that all plays out. Patron held the championship for quite a long time. He won the belt off of Nick Nemeth, the former Dolph Ziggler, back at TripleMania 32 last year in Mexico City. So he's held it for quite a long time, and now maybe we'll be seeing him getting that championship back. But definitely interesting to see how WWE is embracing the AAA product. Corey Graves and Conan had a great time on commentary for Worlds Collide. Kudos to them. Of course, look, I'm not going to go to a deep dive because it is a few days later, and I apologize. I've been away celebrating my daughter's graduation from college, so I haven't been able to do an episode all weekend. But the incredible Money in the Bank happenings, and I'm not here to say that the pay-per-view itself was the most incredible pay-per-view of all time, but I find it fascinating that we have 2 Money in the Bank winners. We have a championship change hands in the Women's Intercontinental Championship, and we see John Cena in his farewell tour get pinned by Cody Rhodes in the first match they've had since WrestleMania, and no one's talking about any of that. Everybody wants to talk about R-Truth. I get it. I want to talk about R-Truth too. Love seeing the R-Truth factor and see how things have come together for him. And I think with the contract stuff, I'm going to tell you just the way I feel. I think he was legitimately let go. I think the reports that are out there that he was given the news by some, I don't want to call him a lackey, but a lower level talent relations person rather than somebody higher up. When you're taking somebody with the popularity and the history of R-Truth, you should have sent top dog. Like Triple H himself should have gone and had a conversation with R-Truth. Instead, a lackey essentially does it. He gets upset by it. He was not taking their phone calls. It took a phone call from Nick Khan to finally get R-Truth to negotiate a new deal. And contrary to what some people reported, his deal with WWE was never expired yet. He was still an active wrestler for WWE. At no point had his contract expired yet. So for all the people out there on different platforms talking about R-Truth and WWE, he was a free agent, this, that, and that. No, he wasn't. He was still under contract for a couple more weeks. They negotiated a deal which between 48 and 72 hours before the pay-per-views when it came together, him wanting to go by Ron Killings now, not R-Truth, a more serious character, have one final run. Good for him. And it's got more views than anything else from the show. It's all people want to talk about. Last night, we go to Raw. And part of this episode is going to be a reaction to Raw. When you look at that, John Cena talking about his dates, which most of those dates remaining are probably going to be talking on TV. When you look at the interview with him and CM Punk announcing the match in Saudi Arabia for Night of Champions, announcing the Queen of the Ring tournaments, the return of Asuka, the return of Bayley, the Becky Lynch interaction, the Nikki Bella coming back, which is either going to set up a match with Liv or a women's tag team match with a returning Brie with Raquel. So much was going on. You had the World Heavyweight Championship change hands, and nobody wants to really talk about that. The views. R-Truth coming out, cutting his hair off, and cutting a promo has more views than the John Cena CM Punk interaction where they announced the match for Clash of Champions. That should tell you something about the love and admiration the fan base has for R-Truth. There's a lot of other tidbits and knickknacks and doodads that went down on Raw. If you want to watch it, go back and watch it. The things that really matter, we've already talked about. This episode, we're gonna focus on some other things like WWE having interest in Mike Santana, former AEW star, current TNA star, made appearance on NXT. Really was well received by WWE higher ups. That's somebody they're going to keep your eye on. His contract runs out at the end of 2025, so who knows where he's going to where his next deal is going to be. And then around the wrestling world, AEW star Brian Cage out with injury. He tore his quad, and while he was out with his quad thing, he's been having chronic knee issues for years. Now he had knee replacement. He'll be out for an extended period of time, but he's already back in the gym. This guy is an absolute animal. He put online that he's a machine. He absolutely is. We wish him a speedy recovery, but that's somebody I've always thought AEW dropped the ball with. But hopefully he gets back to being who he is and can go out there and really, really increase his position with AEW. And the last tidbit I got to throw out there tonight, the NWA with Billy Corgan signing a deal with Roku to stream their shows on directly head-to-head with NXT, which is kind of coincidental because NXT kind of stole their time slot on CW that they had negotiated. That will start on July 29th, so it'll be great to see the NWA getting a nice distribution platform to showcase what they've got. It's a beautiful time to be a wrestling fan, man. Every company, every show seems to be pretty solid, so hopefully you're getting your fill. I don't care how many hours they're on for. People complain about the 4 hours of AEW last week. I'll take it. The multiple programs of WWE, I'll take it. All the PLEs, I'll take it. I'm a diehard. I never get sick of this stuff, but it's going to be an interesting couple months coming up. Evolution 2 coming. Got to book all that craziness. The King and Queen of the Ring tournaments. Going to Saudi. Multiple shows. Goldberg's retirement. There's so much on the horizon. Great time to be a wrestling fan. That's all the time we have for this episode. Check back with us next episode. We run down the latest wrestling news and rumors. Special thanks, as always, go out to Suno AI for generating the music that I use in our show. Today's podcast sponsored in part by Beazle Games. Bring a new friend to family game night. It's easy with sketchy people. Showcase your artistic side in this game from Beazle Games by going to thegamecrafter.com and pick up your copy today. If you're looking for your next career move, you're considering college or university life, maybe you just need some formal training for your next career decision, go to our website at frolifeplanning.com for all your higher education needs, as Fro Life Planning is for today, for tomorrow, and for life with Fro Life. I'm Fred Froelich, better known as Dr. Fro. I want to thank you for taking a few moments with us tonight. Till next time, everybody, take care. Have a great night. Have a good one.